Good morning everybody and welcome to a game between LGD Gaming and CEDC Gaming for the Frankfurt Major 2015. There's literally no good reason for me to cast this game, other than I want to watch a CEDC game, and I haven't actually gotten to watch this game yet, and I wanted to mostly, and I'm still practicing casting, so, that's kind of a bit of it too, that's kind of part of it, and I need to pre-record videos, so that's also kind of part of it, but other than that, there's actually no good reason to go with this game, so yeah. Anyway, hello and welcome. So let's go and take a look at how this one is gonna go down. Yup. So as we can see right here, we already have some picks and bans coming out. Nothing too crazy, honestly. Nah, I really don't see anything crazy so far. So we have Queen of Pain and Winter Wyvern for CEDC so far, Tusk and Lena for LGD. Now this is a winners bracket game. So upper bracket. CEDC versus LGD. CEDC, of course, are the team that got second at this year's international, and honestly, out of nowhere, nobody saw them coming. Nobody really knew of them, right? And nobody expected them to do really well at all, right? It wasn't even a matter of nobody expected them to get second. Nobody thought they were gonna get like past 8th or something like that. Right, that was already stretching it a little. And yeah, a very impressive run from them. Honestly, like a fantastic storyline. I love telling the story of CEDC at the International. It's so fun. But yeah, so we're gonna see how this one goes down. Now, this is actually a little bit interesting. I think we have the Phantom Lancer ban. Now, Phantom Lancer right now, not a very popular hero. Right, he's just not in the meta, I would argue. Haven't seen a lot of him. However, he's banned here specifically because CEDC is known for running a lot of Phantom Lancer, and their carry player, Aggressive, really loves Phantom Lancer, and he's probably the best Phantom Lancer player in the entire world. So this is going to be interesting to see, now that he has Ember Spirit instead of like that super comfort hero. But Ember Spirit is really good. So you may be trading a little bit of comfort for just raw power there, which I think most people would be fine with. So let's get into it. As we can see, CEDC has Aggressive on the Ember Spirit, Shiki on the Crop of Pain, Q on the Winter Wyvern, Gauder on the Night Stalker, and of course XC on the Darkseer. While LGD is running a DDC Dazzle, maybe on the Lena. Of course we have Arrow TK on the Earthshaker, Sylar on the Bristleback, and last but not least, Tusk? MMY on the Tusk. I wasn't sure which hero I had already done. Please excuse me. So, yeah, we're gonna see how this one works out. Nightstalker gonna be taking the offlane here. I think so far, really, there's nothing surprising going on, right? I don't think either team has any hero that truly stands out. Maybe Bristleback, right? We haven't seen too much of him, but nah, Bristleback is really good. Right, there's nothing wrong with picking a Bristleback. No, there's just not really a crazy amount to say right now. So we'll just go into the match and we'll see how this plays out. It appears that Gauder is actually going to be taking the mid lane at first. Maybe he just is going to be blocking the mid lane. But Aggressive on the safe lane, and no. Okay, so Shiki is going into the mid. That's a lot more along the lines of what I expected. Gauder, he just knows that there's like no point to him like going top right away. He does have boots after all, he's pretty fast. And he also does have the Darkseer currently over in that place. Wait! No, that's a support Night Stalker. That's not an offlane Night Stalker. This guy's gonna be roaming. I'm sorry. I forgot about Darkseer taking the offlane, of course. That makes a lot more sense. So we have the Night Stalker already trading a few hits with DDC right here. In the mid lane, we have Shiki going up against Sylar. And Sylar actually dropping pretty quickly. Wow, he is very low. And Shiki goes in. He wants this one. Of course, against Bristleback. That's always scary. He's already starting to stack up a lot of damage, but this should be enough, and the first blood goes in favor of CEDC. Shiki takes it right away. That was surprising. Wow. Bristleback taking quite a bit more damage than he really should this early on, and yeah, they're just getting completely outplayed by the Crop of Pain, so that's pretty fantastic, and yeah, we're gonna see how this continues on over here. am fairly certain that Sylar will not let that happen again. That is the kind of situation that doesn't happen because, you know, I wouldn't say it's a matter of getting outplayed, right? I feel like that wasn't Shiki playing incredibly well. I feel like that was just Sylar making a mistake. And that's fine, mistakes happen, right? But I feel like that kind of mistake is not going to happen again. So the next step is likely not to be in the mid lane. However, other than that, we just, you know, have like a pretty slow bottom lane and a pretty slow top lane. I don't think we'll see much excitement early on. Mostly because both teams seem to be quite content with farming up. Oh, actually, our TK is caught out, but they don't quite have the damage they need. They don't quite have the slows or the disables either. So our TK will be fine in the end, and it's just gonna fall back. Meantime, Shiki and Sylar are still going at it in the mid lane, of course. And now we got a little bit of an encounter on the top. XC getting chased down by MMY and maybe a few hits, but that's not gonna be quite enough. This hero is very tanky, he has a lot of armor, but with the Dazzle incoming, even our TK on the Earthshaker right around the corner, that will be enough to take him down. And there's actually all 5 heroes from LGD currently sitting around that jungle area, ready to fight and looking for some kills, looking for blood. Making up for the first blood, of course. And yeah, so, you know, they'll definitely take that. I think the biggest part of that, by the way, was MMY cutting off their escape route. That was really, really great shard placement right there. And one thing I think is actually quite interesting. This is a combination we have seen quite frequently. The Earthshaker with the Tusk. And those two heroes don't seem like they really synergize all that well. And let's be honest, they don't. But they have one cute thing going for them. You can really just block people in super hard if you have both of them. Right? If you really want to, you can even just block him into the little cage of the ice shards, right? So that positional advantage is going to be rather significant, I feel. But so far, of course, again, it's just pretty slow. Aggressive is just sitting at the bottom farming up. I expect him to go for a pretty... surprise, surprise. Aggressive build, though. So, aggressive... the funny thing about this guy is that he actually likes to play very aggressively. And his kind of signature Phantom Lancer style is going for a lot of stats. So both drums and Ring of Aquila. And then going straight... Oh, by the way, Shiki gonna be caught out here. But of course, as the Queen of Pain, getting out of a situation like that is just... You know, that's just part of a day's work. Nothing special there, nothing crazy. That's just how it goes. But then he just rushed the TP boots, right? Straight into the... What are they actually called? The Boots of Travel. I'm sorry, it's kind of late. But yeah, going straight into the Boots of Travel. So, then he rotated around the map a lot, right? And he was always ready to fight because he had a lot of stats, making him very powerful. He skilled a lot of stats as well. And with the TP boots, of course, he was always right around the corner. And that was kind of their signature style, right? So CDEC really relied a lot on aggressive, just being there as a fighting carry early on. And then they roamed around the map looking for kills, making use of their, well, aggressive carry. Which was cool and fascinating to see, because really nobody else does it quite like them. However, Ember Spirit is not really exactly the same hero, although he can be played similarly. So I wonder if we will actually see early TP boots again, right? You can definitely build a stats-based Ember Spirit and fight early. That is definitely possible. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that's gonna turn out. In the meantime, where's Darkseer? Oh, he's going into the bottom lane, yeah. The top isn't going particularly great. So one thing you may have noticed is that the Bristleback is in the mid lane, while the Lina is up top, which may look a little weird, and yeah, it kind of is, right? I usually would expect it to be the other way around. By the way, got a bit of a fight at the bottom. TP is also incoming. So we have the Tusk around. They're looking to maybe turn this? No? Well, at the very least, they will be able to protect both their tower and our TK. So, Earthshaker gonna be fine in the end. And, oh, actually Sylar runs into Garter. But, yeah, not much else is gonna come from it. So the thing is that Lina and the Queen of Pain in the mid, very interesting matchup, a lot of fun to play, right? And definitely, I would call it even, right? I think that's an even matchup. Maybe even a little in favor of Lina. So you would think that, okay, we'll do that, right? But the thing is that Darkseer against Bristleback is like 100-0 matchup in favor of Darkseer. There's no way Bristleback does well in that. It's gonna be awful, right? He will get absolutely destroyed. So they would rather put Sylar into the mid in, honestly, a pretty bad lane here, right? You can see Shiki, he is not quite out farming him in terms of last hits, but he did manage to get the first blood on Sylar, so he's definitely ahead in farm, right? And not only that, but he is level 7, while Sylar just now managed to break that big level 6 mark. So, yeah, now Bristleback, of course, can still do well here, and, you know, it should be fine. However, it's, you know, I feel like this is like a worse lane, but that's just only the plan because they're going up against the Darkseer, right? And that can sometimes be a little hard. But, you know, in the end, like, this is one of the big advantages of Bristleback. You stack up a jungle camp, and then you just sit here. And you're just disgusting, and you quill spray all over the place, and all of a sudden your power trades are done. And in the meantime, we lose our TK, and actually the Darkseer at the top. Well, I somehow managed to miss both of those kills through looking at the jungle, because I'm fascinated by farming. Okay, we're gonna see no TP boots from the Ember Spirit, but we're still going for a pretty stats-based build. So we have power threats as opposed to face boots. We have magic wand, and we're soon gonna see a bottle and a brazier. So aggressive, although not going for that hyper aggressive build, is still looking to fight. And yeah, that's kind of their signature style. So I'm actually very excited for CEDEC at this tournament. Super excited for them. I hope they're not knocked out by the time this video gets uploaded. That would be kind of awkward. I would be surprised by that, though. CEDEC is very good. They are really, really good. They're definitely my favorite Chinese team. Definitely. There's no question about it. Just because they play so differently, right? I feel you could... Look, if you were to look at matches, right? And none of the players had names, and you couldn't see, like, their teams or anything like that. I feel like you could tell CEDEC apart from most other teams. Just based on their playstyle and on their hero picks, right? You can just kind of, no, that's CEDEC, that's how they play, right? They are aggressive, they rely a lot on teamwork, and one of the interesting things about them was, and this is what a lot of people kind of like talked about after the international, is that honestly CEDEC, they lost a lot of lanes and a lot of matchups that they really shouldn't have, right? They were playing in lanes where it's just like, again, let's make it even more ridiculous. Like, it's a Darkseer against, I don't know. I guess let's just say an Ember Spirit, right? Darkseer against Ember Spirit, and somehow the Darkseer manages to lose that. They played Shadow Fiend against Lina in the mid, and somehow the Lina managed to lose that, right? And it's just like, oh, yeah, this is pretty bad. I guess, let's not say Shadow Fiend Lina, but like TA Shadow Fiend, alright? And somehow the TA managed to lose that. Nice pickoff, by the way. Oh, actually, Shiki wants to get another. Oh, wait, this is gonna be a big fight. Aggressive also incoming, going in on maybe. And look at that, beautiful dodge of both the spells, keeping the burn active. And he wants to keep going, goes in on Sylar. He does have the shackles ready, he's gonna lock him down in place, dealing quite a bit of damage. And of course, Sylar has no way of breaking that flame guard. However, oh my god, one more quill spray is gonna do it, and down goes Aggressive. Sylar is still looking to fight. Dazzle keeping him alive for the time being, but look at that, that's Aggressive. Now he comes back in with the buyback. He wants to get more. Sonic Wave comes out, and Sylar taken down by the Searing Chains in the end. Aggressive still in the middle of the fight. He has the Sleight of Fist ready and a little... Well, actually, he does have it ready, but he wants to combo it, of course, with the Searing Chains. There we go, MMI locked down, and that's gonna be another kill. Double kill coming out for Aggressive, and he's probably happy with that buyback. That probably worked out in his favor. Definitely got themselves some levels. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? That early fighting style, the looking for kills, the looking for fights. And that's what they did, right? That's how they got so far in the international. They didn't just win through pure skill and talent. That's not CEDEC. Let's be honest. They are not the most talented team in terms of individual talent, right? Oh, that was sick though. That was amazing. But right, like, they do have some outstanding players, like, for example, Aggressive. But overall, they are just, you know, they're just... they are good, don't get me wrong, but they are not like top tier talent, right? They aren't an EG, where with EG, like, literally every player is just holy fuck, right? They aren't Secret, where, especially at the last international, it was literally just filled with all-star players. No. But what they are is they are a team. And they're going in as a team, and they will team fight you. And that's the significant part of that word, right? Team fight. It's not just a fight, it's a team fight. And as a team, they will outfight you. And that's how they got so far, and that's why they managed to steamroll even the winners finals against EG. Even though EG probably has better players, if that makes any sense, right? It's just CEDEC is a better team. Though in the end EG won, but you know, you get the idea. So yeah. On the other side, of course, I don't want to bash on LGD. I don't. LGD is a very good team as well, right? But oh, I got a snowball coming in on XC, but that's not gonna reach, and now he's locked down. Even the silence coming out, MMY taking a lot of damage. Oh, the freeze on maybe. He's already down to half HP. Garter, he wants that kill, and he's gonna get it. Maybe is definitely... No, actually he's still alive. And Aggressive comes in out of nowhere, flying in like a freaking superhero. Our TK barely manages to TP out, but DDC not gonna have the same luxury. Down goes the Dazzle, and CEDEC slowly but surely taking the lead. Yeah, you know, well, actually they have been in the lead for quite a while, but, you know, kill-wise, they're definitely slightly pushing ahead now, right? And we see the drums come out on Aggressive. I honestly think that the drums are as much Aggressive's signature item as, like, the TP boots, right? Just because he loves all of those stats. And RTK, oh man, he just gets burned down. Darksteel comes in with the Surge as well, and that's just gonna be the end of the Earthshaker. There's not much he can do about that. Oh, another snowball coming in. He tries to dodge it, doesn't quite get it, taking a lot of damage here. But you see this? This is that stats build, right? This is the I am ready to fight, I am here to fight Aggressive build. With just drums, magic wand, poor man's shield, power threats, tanking up, taking those hits. Just simply sitting there being like, alright, let's fight. I'm good to go. I love that. I think that's so cool. I think that's so cool. One thing I think is a little odd though is Aggressive's skill build. Usually people go for only 2 points into Searing Chains, not 3. The third point into Searing Chains definitely helps a lot with damage. Right, it's a very significant upgrade there, but it's mostly about the duration, right? That's what people want. So yeah, it's just a little weird, just a little odd. Where I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. It's just unusual. Oh, by the way, he's still going for a Battle Fury, and I like that, right? I think that's the right way to go. A lot of people seem to have that impression if you can't get a Battle Fury before like 10 minutes or something like that, right? Then why even bother? And I don't believe in that for a second, especially not on Ember Spirit. On Ember Spirit, if your Battle Fury comes in at 30 minutes, as long as you have other items, you're good. Oh, the burst. MMY has... no, actually, maybe. And MMY, I guess. Both of them had enough of this. They want to get rid of Shiki. They want to deny that tower. And they throw out some ultimates to do so. Now, of course, they don't have a long cooldown. And it's pretty big to get maybe that Yule sometime soon. Right? He isn't doing particularly great. Well, he's doing well in terms of last hits and denies, right? But just... he has died twice. And that's a pretty big deal. That really sets you back. And they also haven't taken as many towers as CEDEC, so they're quite a bit behind in that regard. Sylar gonna be caught out right here. And oh my god. Look at that constant burn damage. Darkseer in combination with the Ember Spirit and Aggressive, he's just charging in. He wants these kills. I wouldn't be too surprised if he Remnants forward. No. Okay, just gonna do it with the Searing Chains. Catches the Lina. Maybe. Gonna be taken down right here. And MMY just has to waddle away. Being the silly Valrus he is, he can't really change the outcome of that fight anymore. And look at that. Aggressive. Goes back, heals up, comes back in. And see that they're just looking to continue pushing, right? They try to continuously pressure, continuously take all of the tiny things they can. And our TK caught out again. Oh my god, he's gonna be burned. But for now he will be safe. Probably. I don't know, Aggressive is going in really deep right now. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh my god, Aggressive, please. You don't need to go that deep, man. That was 12 HP. That was literally luck. And I don't like saying that often, right? I really don't. But that was literally luck. Why was that luck? He took quite a few right clicks in that fight, right? Let's take a look at damage variation. Lina. What is that? 18? So let's just say she gets maximum rolls on all of her attacks. That's a dead Ember Spirit, right? And once you go low enough in HP, like sub 20, it's literally luck that you survived. And yeah, Aggressive of course going to be very happy with that, but overextending just a little. But you know, this is one of those things where I think it might be good that it happened, because next time he's not going to do it, and he managed to get out this time, which he next time might not have had if he had gone like that anyway. Now the Roshan kill is pretty big for LGD, and please excuse me if I'm talking a lot about CEDEC. I guess I'm fanboying out a little. I just love that team. I'm so impressed by them, right, by their performance. Even just at this tournament, I think they're already doing great, right? So as you can see, they are one game up in the series, and right now they're doing fantastic against LGD, a well-known team filled with star players, frankly. So yeah. I know I'm talking a lot about them, but there's just so much to talk about. Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh well. So CEDEC is just going to continue pushing their advantage, right? And you can really feel that. You see their team positioning, right? It's always these four and then Aggressive. While on the other side, we just have this bunch of heroes. They have been forced into a defensive position. It seems like LGD is very scared. Currently, they are bunched up around Sylar, kind of looking to maybe bait something. And I can actually see that working. Oh, man. You know what? I feel maybe, just maybe, it would have been better for LGD if those Searing Chains had actually hit Sylar. I know that sounds a bit silly, but in that case, CEDEC might have initiated, and that is what LGD wanted, right? So, little unfortunate right there. But I guess that's just how it is. And back to farming we go. Of course, Sylar now working on the Saint Yasha, which I think is a fine choice here, right? You want to be fighting. You want to have items that allow you to go up against CEDEC right now, because that's when they're looking to fight. Well, honestly, they're always looking to fight. But you want to be ready, right? You want to have strong items. You want to have items that aren't just, you know, late game plans. You want something that is efficient and effective right now, this instant. And Saint Yasha is definitely that, right? A very good item for Bristleback. Other than that, we have, of course, Darkseer, now almost done with Guardian Greaves, I imagine, if that's what he's going for, but Mecha and Arcane Boots are done, of course. We have a Glimmer Cape on the Winter Wyvern, which is fantastic. This is one of the big advantages of CEDEC's playstyle as well. The supports get money, right? Because if you force a lot of fights, the supports just get a lot of money. Because, you know, eventually you're gonna outlive somebody, and as long as you outlive someone, you get cash. Dosh, 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 right? And yeah, Q looking pretty healthy with that Glimmer Cape. Night Stalker, of course, actually seems to be the one that's warding, but, you know, that's alright. Queen of Pain has an Orchid done, and, well, Aggressive is looking pretty close to his Battle Fury right here. So that's gonna be a big pickup. On the other side, We have our TK, sadly not making as much progress on his Blink Dagger as I think he would like to, right? Blink Dagger is the most important item for Earthshaker. It's not really even like a question. It is just the single most important item for Earthshaker, so he definitely wants to finish that up as soon as he can. We have maybe with the Yule's done, and drums actually picked up, so he feels he needs to tank up a little. I think that's odd. I feel like in that scenario you just start working on an Aghanim's, right? But no, I can't see drums being useful. Dazzle, not really doing that well, and Tusk, of course, also not really doing that well. And I feel like that's probably the weak point of LGD's lineup right now. Something that EG talked about, or actually PPD to be exact, of EG talked about after TI5, is how often they needed to do a 4 protect 1 strategy, which is a very old school style. 4 protect 1, it's basically what the name implies, right? You have 4 heroes just protecting 1 hero, so that guy gets farmed. And they did a 4 protect 1 strategy, but not for the hero you would expect, right? Not for the safe lane carry, but for support, for AUI 2000, so he would get some money. Right, so that support was actually ready to fight. And I always feel like that's a really important factor, right? If your supports are rich, you can fight. If your supports have items, you are scary. And that's something LGD is lacking right now. Both the Tusk and the Dazzle are seriously lacking behind, right? Like Nightstalker has more than both of them, and the Winter Wyvern is even beating out the offlane Earthshaker, right? And that's kind of a problem. Even though the Bristleback is leading overall, it's not really quite enough to make up for those that are just going to be dropped quickly in a fight without really putting up much of a fight at all. Now, it seems we are circling around, looking to maybe run into an encounter. Oh, sees CC, Axie, scouts out LGD, and look at Sylar just rushing in. He's looking for this. Aggressive catches out RTK, but actually, Darkness is used. Maybe CEDEC wants to take it, but they're so split up. Both teams are pretty split up right now, but mostly CEDEC. LGD managed to kind of drive them apart, and I feel like they now want to just stop this fight from even happening and fall back, take it a little bit slower, and yeah. So that's going to be the end of that. Aggressive, by the way, finishing up that Battle Fury. So this is always a point where I personally am not too sure what to build next on Ember Spirit, right? A popular item these days is a Blink Dagger, which I can definitely see a lot of use with that, right? That seems like a fine choice. Maybe something like, I don't know, Skadi, right? We'll see about that, but I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a Skadi, because again, aggressive likes going tanky, so why not? A Blink Dagger would be nice too. Oh well. And maybe actually picking up an Ogre Club. So is that a BKB? I would not be surprised by that. That seems like a fine choice. Now currently both teams are just kind of feeling each other out. The interesting thing about that though is I feel that CEDEC is okay with that, right? I feel like CEDEC don't have to fight right now, because they're already establishing an advantage. And oh, Bristleback actually going to be frozen up with the Winter Wyvern ultimate. Nothing else going to come from it but 2 very nice shackles coming out from Aggressive. And he actually is going to bait the Tusk. Oh, Tusk is so far out of position. MMY going to be the first to fall. No! Shallow Grave keeps him alive for a little while longer. So, oh my god, the Sonic Wave deals quite a bit of damage. And the rest of LGD is just falling apart. They're trying to get out of there. DDC going to get burned down by Aggressive. He doesn't even really stand a chance. In the meantime, Lina. Oh my god. 3 kills and no retaliation at all. Not even a fight from LGD. Wow. Well, that's the problem with the snowball, right? And I feel like in that situation, as LGD, you just gotta cut your losses, right? Just say, alright, the Tusk is dead, let's retreat. But that's very hard to do. And it's very hard to spot the situation where you gotta do it, right? Because if you screw that up, then you just gave them a free kill, and you don't want to have that happen, of course. But yeah, CEDEC takes another big fight, and they're just pushing further and further ahead, right? Just slowly. You can see this climbing up very slowly. But it's still happening. And yeah, it's kind of a problem, I suppose. And back to farming we go, however. So it's gonna be a Blink Dagger on the Ember Spirit. So that's cool. Right, Blink Dagger is really nice, especially since Ember Spirit has so many periods where he is like literally invincible. You're much more likely to actually get off the Blink Dagger. Right, that's, you know, you can sometimes be considered kind of just not killable. And you see that right there. Puts down a Remnant, jumps in super aggressively, highly aggressively. Gets a few hits off and then just leaves because he's Ember Spirit. Actually shackles down Sylar, but there's nothing that's actually gonna come from that. No follow-up ready. Our TK, by the way, now finally picks up the Blink Dagger, which is very important. Very important. That's a big item.
Dyer's top tower, you know the drill.
Top tower is gonna be, you know, pressured a little just by creeps, but overall, I think, you know, you can still feel how scared LGD is, right? You see this just bunch of heroes, like this group. They don't know where CEDEC is, right? They don't see them. Ah, that's the wrong button. There you go. They don't see anything right now. So they just kind of assume that they are plotting something, right? There's something going on. There has to be, and you can see them drawing on the minimap. That's where they assume they are, and they couldn't be more wrong. And that's really, you know, it's just fear right there. Now CEDEC smokes up, and oh my god, look at this, LGD. They still believe that CEDEC is actually in that position, but oh, CEDEC might be coming into it. Oh, they find our TK. He's gonna be jumped and burst down immediately. Doesn't even get off a single spell. Aggressive going in. No, aggressively, I suppose. Dodges the Lina spells, and oh my god! The Sonic Wave cuts down the Lina immediately. MMY kept alive by the Shallow Grave, but that's not really gonna matter. DDC shackled down, he's gonna be the next to fall. And now it's just Sylar left. Only him against the entirety of CDEC. And shackled down. Takes quite a while to burn him down, but in the end he still falls. And while CEDEC can't push right now because they just can't. There's no creeps here. This is still really bad. Oh man, LGD, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, right? Just snowballing out of control. Ah, man. They never really stand a chance. Now, the big question is, of course, what can LGD do in this position, right? How do they actually win? I think the most important kill is probably aggressive. Because this is the guy that initiates, right? He goes in, he's looking for fights, and he's, you know, he's aggressive, I guess. God, I hate this as much as people always saying in Dota Imba. Would you say it's the worst? It's the worst. But well, he goes in, right? That's just what he does, and well, he's looking for kills at basically all times. So, if they can somehow secure something on him, which is gonna be very hard, I don't really know how they can pull that off. But if they can do that, then that's the way to come back. And you know what? This might be the kind of game where you just say, okay, Sylar, I know this is not the item you want, but listen to me. You might want to buy an orchid. You might just have to, right? Or maybe that's that, right? Sadly, the other three couldn't possibly afford it. They're still at the bottom of the net worth. So, overall, it just seems like they just gotta shut down the Ember Spirit somehow, but they have no way of doing that. They have no hero that just makes him stop jumping around like crazy. And look at this. He's going in again. He shackles down MMY and DDC. Oh. They are in the snowball, but Aggressive simply tanks it, and Sonic Wave comes out. DDC Shallow Grace himself. Aggressive not really caught out at all. It's gonna be Sylar and our TK who are really the ones in trouble. Sylar falling quickly. Garter gonna try to chase him down, and honestly, I think he's gonna get it. Yeah, look at that. No, wow, that was really close, but another earned charge, and Shiki, of course, on the Queen of Pain. easily catches up to a running bristleback. That's, again, another 2 kills. Somehow both the Tusk and the Dazzle make it out alive, but... Ooh, that definitely didn't end up in a better position than it would have otherwise. So, well, aggressive again, looking for some kills, and this is what we're talking about. You see that? He just jumps in, shackles them down, and Tusk Force maybe gonna be next in line. Actually, maybe not. Not for now, at least. The Yules keeps him alive for a little while longer, Dazzle with the Shallow Grave, but it's just not enough. Zyla comes back with the buyback, but other than Shiki, I don't see who he can really get. Oh, actually goes in for Garter. Yeah, that's... Wait a second. Those are actually some pretty important kills right there. He's looking for XC, but no, the Blink Dagger is gonna keep him alive. Q simply TPs out and aggressive. Well, yeah, he just runs away. So... LGD, they stay alive, but at what cost? At what cost? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just really discouraging to watch, right? It's just this very slow process of LGD falling apart. Oh, that was so close. Almost caught him on the cliff. And actually aggressive caught out a little, but he manages to dodge the stun and now simply leaps away with the Remnant. Is XC gonna be frozen up? But nope, just blinks out after the ice imprisonment. What is it actually called? Cold Embrace ends, and that's gonna be the end of that. Oh man, aggressive again, coming in. He wants more. He got himself some crits. This time around, he's not looking for defensive items. Screw that. Let's get some kills, baby. No, actually, he's gonna go back right now. Actually, to the top, I suppose. Yeah, just trying to farm up, and that's definitely a smart way to go about it. Daedalus is one of those items where finishing it up is significantly better than just having the parts of it. So, yeah, you should probably take care that he gets that sometime soon. Night Stalker, by the way, now picks up the Aghanim's, and... Ooh. Now LGD is gonna be in a real world of hurt, because they do also have to go up against a gem, and now Aghanim's, and there's just no vision. They're looking for a kill, they smoked up, and the problem is just that CEDEC knows. They can see all of this. Garter is just giving them all the vision they could ever ask for. A Shiki burned down right away though. The Queen of Pain is dead. But, oh my god, aggressive. He just goes in. DDC, he's gonna be the first to go down. Sylar is trying to turn it around. Ember Spirit actually falls. Oh my god, Sylar. He's still looking pretty decent, but Queen of Pain comes back. Ember Spirit also buys himself another life. Goes in again. Sylar falls. He doesn't have a buyback ready. Garter gonna be the one to finish up the Tusk. Earthshaker next in line. Only maybe makes it out alive. And just barely at that. Now, those are 2 big kills, right? I think that, yeah, you can see this definitely worked out in the favor of LGD in terms of net worth, right? And the Queen of Pain actually died back. But you still have CEDEC knocking down your buildings now. And despite all of this, they are still ahead by 15 grand. So, now, the good thing about this though, LGD now knows they can do this, right? They can get those kills. It is possible. It's just hard, but it is possible. And having that encouragement is a big deal. Oh man, maybe. He has his BKB, but is that enough? They can't fight without Sylar. I really want maybe to just get out. Just leave. Just leave. Just go back to the base. You can't defend these barracks. These are falling. Without Sylar, you don't stand a chance. Melee barracks goes down. And CEDEC, they fall back. And that's really the best you can ask for right here. I think LGD should be very happy with this. MMY, oh no, the Tusk is maybe gonna fall. No, TP's out and who manages to be fine in the end. So, I feel like LGD should be very happy with this, right? For not being able to fight, they managed to defend their ranged barracks. And there's not much more you can ask for here. This is alright. This is fine. This is fine. You gotta take what you can take. Small victories are really what they need right now. And again, I know I keep circling back to this, but I think it's so important, right? Earthshaker has not made any item progression since he got the Blink Dagger. MMY, nothing, nothing. I don't think he has made any item progression at all. Nothing. Dazzle, he got himself a medallion, but that's it. Now, I'm not trying to bash these players. I understand this is a very difficult game to be in, right? This is a hard situation. But this is what you need, right? You need them to have more stuff. Now, we do have the Solar Crest finished on the Dazzler, which is pretty important. So that's a decent start. But overall, LGD is just really lacking in the support department, right? And it's showing so hard. These guys just get bursted down instantly by the power, by the scream, by the sonic wave, by the Ember Spirit cleaving them down, critting with every single hit it seems, because they just have no HP. They have no way to defend themselves. Aggressive now gonna be going in on the Roshan. Of course, the rest of CDEC also around, and they're looking for this. Now, it's nighttime, so Garda gives them all the vision they could possibly ask for, and while LGD may know, CDEC will know when LGD is coming. So there's no risk involved with any of what they're doing right now. And you can really see that they know this, they're ready, right, and they are setting up to maybe finish this game. We have some last big items coming out. We have the Blink Dagger on the Winter Wyvern, Darkseer with the Shiva's Guard, Shiki with the BKB. And of course, another smoke. Sylar. Oh, Sylar runs into them! This might actually be pretty good for them. No, 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 they're too split up. They're too split up. RTK caught out. He goes down before he gets any spells off at all. Dazzle, same deal for him. Actually, no, RTK was still alive, right? What? A Tusk must have kept him alive, right there. Q gonna fall. MMY in the meantime goes down to Shiki, and that should be it. Sylar caught out as well. A few hits are gonna do it. Tusk trying to, you know, buy the bristleback some time. MMY is doing his best. Sylar is doing his best, but it's just not enough. The overpowering aggression from CEDEC is gonna win them the game, and in the end, Aggressive shows why he carries that name. Also, yes, I'm sucking Aggressive's dick a lot. Blow me. Fuck you! Fuck you! I don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if I'm getting any better. And see you tomorrow.